where bin Laden was hiding out. Nick Schifrin and his team secured that footage, and he joins us now from right outside the compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. And Nick,
he was the most wanted face of terrorism.
Shortly after taking office, I directed Leon Panetta.
Obama gave the order to kill Osama Bin Laden, the most dangerous terrorist known in America and the world over. After a gruesome mission, they took out the leader of al-Qaeda. But what they didn't know was the gruesome events that would unfold after his death. Let's discuss it in today's episode of Light's History. Chapter 1: The Devil's Den. In the early hours of May 2, 2011, two modified Black Hawk helicopters quietly crossed the Pakistani border, flying low to avoid radar detection. Their mission was clear, but dangerous: to infiltrate the heavily fortified compound in Abbottabad and capture or kill Osama bin Laden. The operation was the result of years of planning and intelligence work, but nothing could prepare the SEAL Team's 6 operators for what awaited them.
While attempting to hover, the pilot loses control and nosedives into the central courtyard. The tail of the aircraft breaks into 2.
As they approached the compound, disaster struck. One of the helicopters suddenly lost lift and crashed into the courtyard. The pilot and crew narrowly escaped injury, but the crash forced the SEALs to quickly regroup and adjust their plan on the fly.
Helicopters used in the operation could still be seen.
Despite the unexpected setback, the team pushed forward with incredible discipline and resolve. The SEALs breached the compound's gates and moved swiftly, clearing the compound floor by floor. The raid unfolded in just 40 minutes, but within that time, the chaos was intense. Gunfire erupted, echoing through the narrow corridors. Women and children living in the compound were caught in the confusion, with some being treated with caution by the SEALs to avoid unnecessary harm. On the top floor, the target was found. Osama bin Laden was reportedly hiding in a small room, armed and ready to fight. The SEALs shot him in the head and chest, with the fatal shot entering above his left eye. The moment marked the end of a decade-long manhunt for the world's most wanted terrorist. Shortly after the kill, the operation leader radioed back to base with the now famous code phrase, Geronimo EKIA, enemy killed in action. The success of the mission was a historic moment for the United States and the world, signaling the death of the mastermind behind 9/11. The operation wasn't without controversy. Questions about the Pakistan government's awareness and the decision to bury bin Laden at sea would arise later. But on that night, the mission was clear, and the target was eliminated. But this mission set the stage for something darker, and it all started on a sunny September morning in New York City.
In a second, that looks like a good-sized plane came in and hit the World Trade Center from the other side. So this is obviously, or would seem to be, and again, I'm dealing in speculation.
Chapter 2: The Ghost of 9/11. On the morning of September 11, 2001, 19 al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 planes. 2 jets were deliberately flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York, 1 into the Pentagon, and a 4th crashed in Pennsylvania. The attacks claimed the lives of 2,996 people, including the 19 hijackers, making it the deadliest terror act in history. It was a moment that shattered the American sense of safety and marked a turning point, comparable only to Pearl Harbor in its national trauma. Beyond the physical toll, the mental scars ran deep. Roughly 20% of those directly exposed to Ground Zero still showed PTSD symptoms 5 to 6 years later, 4 times higher than in the general population. Even today, thousands of first responders face chronic illnesses tied to that day. By 2018, nearly 10,000 had cancer, and over 2,000 more deaths are attributed to 9/11-linked conditions. Amid this chaos, Osama bin Laden emerged as the face of terror. He founded al-Qaeda, masterminded 9/11, and became the world's most wanted man. The U.S. mounted a vast, nearly 10-year-long manhunt, fueled by hundreds of CIA operatives, military assets, and a $50 million reward. This event set the emotional and factual stage for the biggest manhunt in U.S. history. Before we move on to the next section, please don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video so far. Chapter 3: Vanishing Man. After 9/11, bin Laden vanished. He used no phones, no internet, and stopped sending public messages. By 2002, U.S. analysts realized he was avoiding any electronic footprint, knowing his phone calls or internet use could easily lead to drone strikes. Instead, American intelligence had to change tactic. They began following the people around him. The breakthrough came through the name Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, a courier so trusted he was called Bin Laden's favorite courier and right-hand man. In 2002, a detainee held abroad gave U.S. officials this alias. Then in 2004, Hassan Ghul, captured and held at CIA custody, confirmed al-Kuwaiti's close relationship to bin Laden and his key messaging role. Yet even with that alias, his real identity was a mystery. It wasn't until around 2007 that analysts discovered his real name, later revealed as Ibrahim Saeed Ahmed, also known as Arshad Khan, and confirmed he lived in Pakistan. Now equipped with a name, the CIA and NSA ramped up traditional surveillance, wiretaps, phone metadata, and NSA intercepts. In mid-2010, Ahmed made a critical mistake. He called someone under NSA surveillance. That connection allowed CIA teams in the field to track his vehicle from Peshawar to a compound in Abbottabad, just 40 miles north of Islamabad. From that point, it was a matter of satellite photos, human informants, and painstaking analysis of travel routines and high walls. They watched him come and go, confirming there was someone significant inside, someone who turned out to be Bin Laden. Chapter 4: The Compound.
According to satellite photos provided by the U.S. military. On Tuesday, local residents and journalists were roaming the outside of the compound.
In 2010, after years of tracking his couriers, the CIA zeroed in on a compound in the city of Abbottabad, Pakistan. Located about 40 miles north of Islamabad, the compound immediately raised red flags. It was surrounded by 12 to 18-foot high walls topped with barbed wire, unusually tall and fortified for a normal home. The residents took extreme measures to avoid detection. There were no internet or phone lines coming in or out, no visitors allowed, and the windows were covered with heavy screens to block any view. Surveillance teams watched the compound for months, but could never get clear, close-up images of who lived inside. The tall man seen walking the yard caught their attention. He was never filmed face-on, only glimpsed from a distance, making his identification difficult. The man appeared to live a very controlled, secretive life, unlike any typical local resident. Despite intense monitoring, no definitive proof showed that Bin Laden was inside.
Connected by a bundle of bare cables to a satellite receiver. The government did not release the audio of the home movie, but Bin Laden is watching a broadcast of one of al-Qaeda's many terror messages.
Intelligence officers often said, "We don't have proof it's Bin Laden, but who else lives like this?" The level of security and secrecy was almost unheard of in the area. The compound covered roughly 12,000 square feet with an internal courtyard, and its design suggested someone was trying to avoid all electronic tracking or physical spying. This eerie silence, combined with the extreme isolation, convinced the CIA that this was not just any house. It was a fortress hiding a high-value target. The world's most wanted man might be hiding right behind those walls, safe for now, but vulnerable to discovery. Chapter 5: Obama's Green Light.
When the president walked into this little conference room, there was a brigadier general sitting at the...
When the CIA finally identified the Abbottabad compound as the likely hideout of Osama bin Laden, President Barack Obama faced one of the most critical decisions of his presidency. He had two stark options: launch an airstrike and bomb the compound from afar, or send in American troops to capture or kill bin Laden directly. Both choices carried immense risks. A bombing could kill civilians, inflame anti-American sentiment, and leave doubts about bin Laden's fate. Sending in SEAL Team 6 meant risking the lives of elite soldiers deep inside Pakistani territory, potentially triggering a diplomatic crisis if things went wrong. After intense briefings and deliberations with his national security team, Obama gave the green light for a covert helicopter raid. The mission was named Operation Neptune Spear, reflecting its sharp and focused nature. Months of preparation followed, involving detailed rehearsals using a full-scale replica of the compound. SEAL Team 6, the Navy's most elite counterterrorism unit, was chosen for the task, known for precision and daring raids in hostile environments. The stakes couldn't have been higher. One wrong move could cost lives, spark war with Pakistan, or let the world's most dangerous man slip away once again. But from posterity, we know that didn't happen.
After a firefight, they killed Osama Bin Laden and took custody of his body.
Bin Laden was dead, but not the organization. Want to understand the world better? Start with history and subscribe to our channel. Chapter 6. Aftermath. After the raid, Osama bin Laden's body was quickly flown to the USS Carl Vinson, an American aircraft carrier in the Arabian Sea. There, DNA tests confirmed with 99.9% certainty that the man killed was indeed bin Laden, ending years of speculation. While Americans across the country celebrated what they called justice for the 9/11 attacks, the death of bin Laden did not mark the end of the global fight against terrorism. Al-Qaeda, though weakened, survived, and new extremist groups like ISIS soon rose to fill power vacuums across the Middle East. The operations symbolized a moment of closure for many, but for the broader war on terror, it was just another chapter. The legacy remains complicated. Bin Laden was gone, but peace was still elusive. So, was this justice truly served, or was it simply a powerful symbol in a long ongoing conflict? Let us know in the comments below. Here's another video history buffs enjoyed watching. Bye for now.